Hi everyone, welcome to this video. Today, we will show you how to register an external SIP phone to an internal UC IP PBX through a session border controller. First, let's talk about what SBC is. With the rise of remote office, external SIP terminals and SIP servers bring security challenges to enterprise networks. As an IP business gateway on the edge of the enterprise network, SBC plays a key role in this aspect. It can support VoIP session signaling proxy and media proxy functions, effectively connecting public network users with internal networks to ensure communication security and smoothness. In addition, SBC also meets various needs of enterprises for enterprise IPPBX, cloud unified communication services, and teams, such as security, network topology hiding, remote external network registration. SIP external terminals registering to SBC is one of the most common user scenarios, so in this configuration, we will gradually introduce the steps of typical configuration for SBC. First of all, we use Dinstar UC series IPPBX, SBC, and IP phones in this configuration. To ensure the smooth progress of the configuration, please make sure that you have prepared the above equipments. The purpose of this configuration is to enable SIP end users on the public network to register to the SIP server on the local network through SBC. By default, the GE0 port of the SBC is connected to the public network, and the GE1 port of the SBC is connected to the internal SIP server. You need to know that we use the local network environment to simulate the public network environment in this configuration. This configuration consists of three parts: configure UC IP PBX, configure SBC, and configure IP phone. First, we need to create a SIP extension 8003 on UC IP PBX. Please log into the system of UC IP PBX. Select Extension and Call Group. SIP Extension. Setting. New. Set the name, extension, and password. And then save it and apply the configuration to take effect. The second part is to configure the SBC. In this part, you need to configure transport endpoint, access network, core SIP trunk, and call routing. First, you need to configure the transport endpoints. Please log in to the SBC system, then select Service, Transport Endpoint, Add, and enter the transport endpoint editing page. You need to create transport endpoints for GE0 and GE1. You need to enter the name, select whether to enable dedicated to access network. Since the GE0 port is connected to the public network, you need to enable it. Select the interface and transport protocol and enter the port. The default port is 5060. After creating all the transport endpoints, please click Submit and apply it. Then you need to configure the access network parameters. By configuring the access network parameters, public network users can register to the SIP server in the local network through SBC. The media interface in the access network parameters refers to the port that can connect to the public network, so in this configuration, we choose the GE0 port as the media interface. Please select Service, Access Network, Add. When the access network editing page appears, set up the access network information. Set the name, and select the media interface and transport endpoint. When the configuration is done, click Submit and apply it. The third step is to connect UC IP PBX by configuring the core SIP trunk, and you need to make the parameters of the core SIP trunk consistent with the parameters of UC IP PBX. Please select Service, Core SIP Trunk, Add. When the core SIP trunk editing page appears, set the name, select the media interface and transport endpoint, and enter the IP address and port of UC IP PBX in the remote IP and port. After the configuration is done, click Submit and apply it. The last step in the SBC configuration is to configure the call routing. You need to configure two directions of call routing for SBC. One is from the access network to the core SIP trunk and another is from the core SIP trunk to the access network. Please select Service, Routing Profile, Call Routing, Add. To set up the call routing parameters, and you need to select the source and destination. When you are done, click Submit and apply it. Finally, you need to register the SIP phone to the UC IP PBX through the SBC. So, you need to set the IP address and port of the SBC1 port as the IP address and port of the SIP server. First of all, please log into the system of IP phone. Select Account, Basic, SIP Account, and SIP Server 1. Enter the username and password, and set up the SIP server information. After the configuration is done, please click Submit to take effect. After you finish the above steps, you can check the registration status in 3 ways. First, you can log into the UC IP PBX system and select Extension and Call Group. SIP Extension Status to check the extension status. Or you can log into the SBC system and select Overview. Register Status to check the registration status. Or log into the IP phone system and select Status. Basic Account Information to check the account registration status. In this video, we provided a detailed guide on how to register external SIP phones to internal UC IP PBX through SBC. We also introduced 3 ways to check the registration status. If you want to know more about SBC or other products, please visit our website. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.